Hey, welcome back. I'm about to update SaasRock to 0.9.5, and this video will cover all the new features and all the bug fixes or minor improvements. Starting with affiliates. SaasRock philosophy is to have everything built in, but when I created this SaaS data lang, I didn't want to wait until I built the built-in affiliate and referrals feature, so I used Rewardful. So I just implemented that into the SaasRock codebase, and the steps are pretty simple. You need to go to the admin/affiliates and follow the steps there. First, create a Rewardful account. You can use my link to get a discount. Then open the app configuration file. Let's do it. App configuration file and look for affiliates. Here, it's an object that receives a Rewardful object with the API key and the URL. Let's try to see how it looks. So the API key, let's say ABC, and the URL it's something like get Rewardful /sign up. Now, with that configured, you now have this page, affiliate program, and you can customize this to be for your plans like starter, pro, business, and the commission for every payment for your affiliates. And this is the link that you set on the app configuration file, and this email is on your environment variables. So once you configure it correctly, following all these steps, you should have your first customer on your Stripe dashboard with metadata like this: affiliate, of course this is a test, and the campaign, friends of Datalang, 30 commissions on all payments. And that's it. Let's move on to the next feature. But before I forget, let me undo this because I'm going to push this into the SaasRock repository. Now, credits management. When I built, again, Datalang, but at the same time, 365 MVPs, I didn't want to charge per API usage or per row. I wanted to have like a global way of limiting the user. In the case of Datalang, if you go to the pricing page, you can click here on the credits per month, and it explains what is a credit. Like, for example, a data view sync consumes 1 credit, get data view via the API, another credit. So you can build your credit system as you need it. Let me show you how it works. So I'm gonna go to tenant dashboard, and we need to enable the credits tracking. And to do that, you first need to go to credit types and enable something here. Now, I have an employees entity, so I can charge like 2 credits for every employee created. So let's do that. So the name is employee, and the value is employee, and the description is creates an employee, and the amount will be 2. So how do we use this credit? Well, currently it's not activated anywhere, but I want to, I don't have access to this account, so let me quickly change to one that I have access to. Yeah. So now that we created this type, we have now this credits usage tracking page for the tenant. But how do I activate whenever I want? In this case, I'm going to go to the row hooks file and say on after create, I'm going to listen on the on the entity name if it's employee and the tenant ID is not null, meaning it's an account. I'm gonna maybe not await, do it in the background, credit server create, and the tenant ID is the current one. User ID can be undefined, so we will check that and put null otherwise. And the type is employee, and the object ID, we can put just the ID, but we want the URL. So let's do it like this: app and the tenant ID slash employees and the item ID. So we will track the credits when new employees are created. So let's try it. New employee, and let's check on the settings, credits. So here it is, employee, and this is the resource. The resource is the object ID that we set. Now, if we go to the admin API credits, we can see that we can delete this if, I don't know, if you want to troubleshoot some accounts usage. But now let's put this on the pricing section, because currently we don't have on any plan like limits for credits. So let's implement that, because if we go to subscription, we can just add and add and add. Well, actually we have credits. Maybe I already did it while testing. So let's go to pricing and let's set the features. Yeah, we already have the credit system. I mean the credit feature tracking on the pricing. So let's see, we already used 2 credits because we created 1 employee, and we want to disable creating new employees if the credits is not enabled anymore. Right now, if I create it, it will allow me because I don't have that created yet. So again, I will use the row hooks because I'm using the entity builder, and I will go to on before create. I will do a little validation. I'm gonna get the object usage await get plan feature usage from this tenant ID, and the feature name is credits. I can put it like this, or default features credits. And if the usage is not enabled, it means it expired or it reached the limit. So we're gonna throw an error with the usage message. Now let's try again. You've reached the limit because I already created 2 employees, and the credit for each employee is 2. I'm gonna pause for a moment because the alarm, I put an alarm in 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. So where was I? Yeah, now it's working, and you can track the usage of any credit. Like you can create another credit for, I don't know, every time the user updates their profile or their avatar, anything. That's why this is so flexible, because credits, you can put any amount and the limits will be tracked within the subscription of the user. And I think that's it for the credits management feature. Now, we have now new features for the pricing plans. Like for example, we have this has quantity, because before, whenever you have, let me go to the pricing plans and create a lifetime deal plan. Whenever you had a one-time plan, you can buy it again as many times as you want. I'm gonna set it to public, has quantity, and can buy again, and the price will be $10. And for now, well, I just put it like this. No, I'm going to delete every feature. And so now the users can buy this many times and with quantity. Like, let's say we want to buy the lifetime deal plan twice. So it will be a total of $20. Now we have it here. But what if your plan includes, like, for example, users, and the user wants to buy it again to accumulate? Well, there are two options to fix that. The first one is disabling the can buy again feature. As you can see, if I save like this and I go back to plans and prices, this is now disabled. And to disable this input, it's this configuration has quantity. Let's disable it and refresh this page. Now I can no longer buy it again, and there's no quantity selector. Now the other option that you can use to disable accumulation of features, let me enable this again, and let's say that, let's go to the set features, and on the lifetime deal plan, let's say one user, max one user, and unlimited API calls, unlimited, and unlimited credits, just because I want to test the user feature right now. So if I go back to the account in my subscription, I currently have the limit to one user, and this is the default now. But if you want features to accumulate for every plan that the user subscribed to or bought, you can go to the feature and set here accumulate and save it. So currently the user has 2 lifetime deal plans and 1 subscription. So if I refresh, we now have 4 users, because I think the basic plan includes 2 users, so it's accumulating. And that's it for the pricing new features. So we covered has quantity, can buy again, and accumulate features. Now let's go to the new one, which is new pages at the front. Let me show you. So what if you want to build like the whole application at the front page, like I did with 365 MVPs? The user can log out and they can log in here, and it will be redirected to this page, because this is the functionality. This input box is the whole application. So by default in SaasRock, the application is within /app and /the account slug, in this case account 2. This is the application place. But what if you want to build everything on the front or in a new front page? Well, there's now a new configuration, which is like in alpha, because I don't know if that's the best way to do it. Again, it's on app configuration, and it's called Tenant Home. The Tenant Home can be at /app and the tenant slug, or at /. If you do /, it means that you will now have at the top right place, this profile. Let me close all the other tabs. This profile selector, where if you're an admin, you can access the admin portal. But we have these 2 new pages: profile, and it's at settings, and subscription, and it's at settings /subscription. So, well, this doesn't support dark mode still, because SaasRock doesn't support dark mode on applications within the tenants dashboards or the admin dashboards. Oh, did you see that I was redirected to the / landing page screen, even though I accessed an account app / and account slug? That's part of the configuration. if you set to this tenant home to slash, you need to build the application at the front. You will not have access to the default app directory for your tenant. So you need to, I don't know, copy paste the dashboard, copy paste any feature that you had on the tenant dashboard, but you have access to the admin portal if you're an admin user. Yeah, so what else? Well, I put a login modal at the landing page because currently the only way of logging in is to access this login page. But if you start building the feature at the landing page, you can, let me show you. I'm going to go to the landing page route, which is index at routes, and we have this login action. So how do we call this? There's a modal hidden there, here. So it starts hidden, of course, but if I change this to true, the modal will be open and I will not be able to close it anytime I refresh. So that's not the best way. One way of activating this login modal is having the action return an auth required object. So let me show you. If action is, I don't know, test return JSON auth required to true. And how do we call this action test? Well, let's just test it like this. This is simulating that you have your functionality already in place, like the input and the button. So we should have this test button that if we click it, it will call the action and it will redirect auth required. So we can log in here. And now if we call it again, well, it closes, but we shouldn't be able to have this test button if the user, if root data user, the action is no longer there. But I'm going to, of course, undo this before I forget. And yeah, that's the new pages for the front application. I'm sure you've seen applications like, that support the functionality on the landing page instead of having you to subscribe to see what it can do. And what else? Now for enterprise, I did more than these two features, but I wanted to focus on these two to show you how I'm doing it with my existing product. One of them is track user events. So on DataLang, I'm already using that feature, which is at admin analytics events. So I understand what the users are doing. Like for example, I got a click at the footer on this label with this value. So it's a link. At the header, I got a click to the pricing section. And at the header, I got a sign up at the pricing, which is redirecting to the pricing page. And I do the same thing with SaasRock, but I don't want to show because there may be sensitive information that I'm not ready to show yet. But with DataLang, since it's like a not like SaasRock popular application, I don't care if the existing users are showed here. So you can see how you will track your events on this button. It's called ButtonEvent, and you can turn on the debug mode to true. So everything in red, when the user clicks it, it will be tracked like you see on events. So you can see that I'm not currently tracking the change of the language or the dark mode or these links. So let me do that for you. This is a flyout menu, header flyout item. So here we have this a anchor tag or the link, so we can use use the same and put it like this. Instead of a link, it's now a button event, and you need to set the event. And I like to set the category to click, the action to header flyout item, the label to the title, and the value to the item path. Otherwise it's empty because not every item is a link. So if I save this, I should now have this as red tracking events. So the other one that is only for enterprise is feedback. On feedback, again on data lang, you can see at Acme Corp dashboard, which is the test account that I have, this button here, this button with the sparkles, I have this new feedback box, like, hello, I'd like Notion integration, and send feedback. And on the admin dashboard, that's shown at helpdesk/feedback. And here we have this feedback submission. And now let's go to the issues. I'm not going to go to each one of these, but just so you know, the rows, the entity builder values now have createdAt and updatedAt. Fixed custom tenant properties. This was related to recent update that I made to the input text field, that you either need to set default value or value and set value, not empty, because the value is not going to be updated, but that's not fixed. And subscription cache issues. So when you updated like subscription features limits, since there is cache now, we had the problem that the limits were not updating to existing users with real world usage. So to fix this temporarily, we needed to clear the cache, but that's not the best solution. So I already fixed this. And we already talked about the pricing accumulate features. And now with the incurring currency, if you have plans in different currencies, like I have this Euro plan, let me subscribe to that. App account settings subscription. Oh, I need to change the app configuration to go to /app/tenant, and let me remove this debug mode for event tracking. So now I can go to my application as the Acme Corp 1 account and go to subscribe. And if I subscribe, if I select the Euro, I now have this pricing format correctly, because the symbol should be on the right for euros, but for US dollars, it's on the left. And finally, some minor fixes like bulk delete selected plans. This is because I do so many tests on pricing that, like, if I wanted to delete all the plans and I haven't subscribed to any of them, I can delete them. Currently, the only one that is not being used is this one, so I'm going to show you like this: bulk delete, but just for one, and delete it. And that's it. That's 0.9.5. And of course, on the series of building a SaaS with SaasRock for the Google Page Indexer SaaS template, I will be upgrading the current version to this one. So that will be a nice thing to add to the series. And yeah, now I'm going to go watch the Super Bowl. So I don't think this release will make it to today, February 11th. This will be released tomorrow. Yeah, thanks for watching.